Wah LoBo, and I'm 53 now, and I came from Burma. I was born in Burma. I would like to describe myself as a former freedom fighter back home, and now I am an interpreter for our people, Burmese and Karen people who are in North America. When I was young, I went to school and I helped my parents, and I went to church, and I was a choir member at church. I was really enthusiastic to be a singer and a musician. And also I like to be an educated man when I grew up, and then I can help my people, I can serve my country, my people. I was a student in Burma, and after I finished my school and I came to Thai-Burma border. Burma is an independent country, and Burma has a different diversity living together in the same country. So I mean that each ethnic race have to respect each other, should have equal rights and equality in the country. The military regimes, they try to eliminate all the ethnic groups and their cultures and their beliefs, and they want them to be the same group. They try to destroy a lot of, our historical places. In some ethnic area, they try to destroy the church. Even your language, you cannot study your language in your school. There's a lot of oppression, but every people in Burma, every ethnic group, they still try to maintain their culture and their belief. In our country, the civil war is still going on because of the ruling regimes. They never had to negotiate with the ethnic people to form a federal country, and they want to have their own autonomy, own territories, but they never reached their demand, and they were cracked down by the military regimes using their mighty force. That's why not only Karen people, other ethnic people also, they had to demand for their autonomy, and they fight against the ruling regimes since 1949. When I was serving in the Karen army, in the Karen revolution, I have a hope that one day we can retain our country, our territory, and we can have our free state, and then we can escape from from a dictatorship. Many people, many villagers were happy because they have somewhat freedom in their life. They can have their own school, they can teach their own language, and they can still practice their own tradition and culture. And that's what I hope for my people, and I did my best for them, defend them as much as I can, and control the area, try to control the area as much as I can. But nowadays, most of our territories were occupied by Burmese military troops, and then they lost their chance. They don't have freedom anymore. So the only thing they can do, their culture event and tradition event, is in a refugee camp. There were 14 or 15 camps along the Thai-Burma border before, but nowadays it's only 8 or 7 camps remain And the situation in the camp is also, I can say that it still have some restriction for the camp people. They are not allowed to go outside. But because some people, they really want to employ themselves to make some money because they have big family. So they want to make money for their children. So they try to sneak out of the camp, working outside of the camp. But frequently they were arrested by Thai police because they are not allowed to go out from the camp. The situation of children in Burma is, I can say that 40% of the children don't have chance to go to school because of lots of poverty. Their parents couldn't afford to send them to school, and they have to work outside with their parents. Some of them are even 8 or 9 years old, but they have to go to stay with their parents in the work site. Some of them have to sell the grocery, the vegetables on the street sides. And many of the children also were exiled with their parents, living in border areas in Thailand or in India and in China. And they have to do the same thing with their parents in those countries. Some of them living in the construction site, some of them living by the street, some of them even living on the garbage dumps. So I can say that they never have a chance to go to school to get education for their future. Among those children, so some of them were forcibly recruited as the soldiers. Even though they are under 14, some of the army personnel, they try to lure the children on the streets by forcing them or threaten them that if you do not agree with us, if you do not want to join the army, then you will be punished or you will be put in jail. So those young children, they don't have enough of the knowledge, and then they had to join the army. After they've been recruited as a soldier, so they had to go to the training for 3 or 4 months, something like that. And after that, they have to serve in the army camp. And sometimes they were sent to the front line, even though they don't have enough strength to go to the front line. Some of them are quite young, and their guns are as tall as them themselves, but they have to go to the front line with the other soldiers. If they go to the front line, so they have to serve in the combat, and according to the order, if they are ordered to shoot, to kill the people, or they have to do that. If they are ordered to torch down the village, they have to do that. They have to kill the innocent people. They have to kill the people who are the same age of their parents, the same age of their uncle, aunties. So they don't want to do that. They hate to do that. The common reason they have deserted their army is because of the torturing. Torturing means that sometimes they were beaten if they do something wrong, because they are quite young and they don't have enough of knowledge. They are not knowledgeable, so maybe they did something wrong sometimes, and they were heavily punished by their officers. So that's why the common reason they have deserted their army is because of the torturing. So after they leave the army, they got to the liberation side, we can say that in the free area, the liberated area. Only few of them can have access to go to school after they left the army. Some of them, fortunately, they can have access to go to stay in the camp with other refugees. So where the school are set up, so they can have chance to go to school again. But most of them, they go outside, they go to Thailand and looking for the job, and then I like to say that their career or their future is eliminated after that, because there's no one to take care of them in Thailand. They were very unfortunate, they were very unlucky, and they lost their childhood, they lost their career, they lost their parents, they lost their opportunities to go to school. We can lose our Burmese people in our country. You can see the Burmese people only at the part of the world, because nowadays Burmese people are around the world, everywhere, in Europe, in Asia, in North America. It depends on them. If they can maintain their culture and their literacy and their belief, then they can stay as a nation, as a people in the world. Otherwise, they can lose their nationality as well, and they can lose their land. And now we can go back to Thailand. We can see our people, and if we have chance, if we are lucky, we can go inside Burma. We can see our land, our country. But later, I'm afraid that we will never have a chance to see where is Burma, where's the genuine Burma. We lost our country, our land.
Gazing up, little boy, your babuya, webare, koyarane, kinteyane, sajema.
I like to live in Canada because I've been living here for almost 9 years now, and I have a lot of experience about the Canadian lives, and I work in several places, but this year I work as a telephone interpreter, helping my people every day by telephone. I have 4 children, and I have 2 grandchildren now. I became a granddad now. I'm proud of myself. I miss them a lot, but I'm still unable to go to visit them. They still love me as their father, but the problem is whenever they got trouble, they are in trouble, I couldn't be with them. So they grew up with their moms all the time. They miss their moms more than they miss me. My wife passed away in 2007 in America, North Carolina. I tried to go to her funeral service at the time that I was trying to get a visa from the U.S. consulate in Toronto, but they reject my visa because I'm not a permanent resident in Canada. I'm still waiting for my permanent residence, so they cannot issue me a visa. for that reason. So I couldn't make it. And once again, when my son got married in 2009, I tried to get a visa again, but it's been rejected again. One thing I feel guilty for myself is when I left them in Thailand, I came to Canada by myself alone. That was my big mistake. Actually, I should live with them in a refugee camp until we were recognized as refugees, and we got the opportunity to come to third country, choose the third countries for the resettlement. But I didn't do that. So I left them in 2001, and I never seen my wife again. Because of my background history, I describe them honestly and truthfully that I came across the soldier's life, and I got involved with our current armed struggle. But I resigned from that service a long time ago, in 1995, and I work in Thailand as a researcher or a translator, and I did so many things good for my people. They said that I'm inadmissible in this country because of their Immigration Act that I was trying to overthrow the government in my country, something like that. I don't understand why they identify me like that person. The only thing I feel is I'm in Canada now, and I'm still waiting for my permanent resident status, and I hope that I will get it soon, and I can go to see my children in the United States, and I can go to see my wife's grave, and after that I can stay. I wish that I would have more opportunities to go to other countries to see my people, and then also go back to the refugee camps and help my people as much as I can. Because I know that even though they are being assisted by some humanitarian organizations, but it is not sufficient for them. They still need more to get their better life and better future. And I want to do something for them. All of the Burmese people who were exiled, they still have hope that one day they would be able to go back to Burma, to visit Burma, to see their relatives there, when Burma obtained genuine democracy and became the real federal state. So even though we expected for the changes in Burma, we cannot do it by ourselves unless the international community participate and support our movement.
yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away, and it look as though